Okay, we're looking at question E. Question E asks you to compare the adaptations of mangrove versus tropical rainforest. Okay, so you have learned adaptations. You also have learned structures. What are the difference? Okay, adaptations. Wait, let me just put this in the table. Okay, so adaptations refer to, the trees itself. What features do they have that makes it special, that help them survive? Okay, so we can look at the leaves, we can look at the roots. Okay, now in other levels, in higher levels, we actually look at like things like the bark, the height, the branches, Okay, but then for your set 1, you just look at the leaves and the roots. Okay, now what do we look at when we look at structure? We look at the layers, we look at the density, we look at the biodiversity. Okay, so what are the adaptations of both forests? Alright, well, if you look at your page, okay, look at your textbook, page 110 to 111, there are 4 adaptations over there. Okay, so for tropical rainforest, let me just put it on a table. Okay, in rainforest, adaptations in mangrove forest. Okay, so you know that the leaves is broad and that it has waxy surface and it has drip tips and it has buttress roots to support the tree. Okay, so broad, waxy, drip tips and the buttress roots. Okay, so this, the roots spreading out, that's the buttress roots. Now for mangrove, what do we have for adaptation? Okay, so you see that there, mangrove adapt to the environment. They have leaves that secrete salt. Okay, salt secreting leaves. Okay, you also see that the roots, alright, take in oxygen. Okay, because the soil, is oxygen poor. Okay, you also learn that the roots, helps to anchor the. Where is it? The roots also help to anchor support the tree. Okay, and if you go more detailed, you learn that there is the aerial roots, there is the prop roots, and there is the knee bend roots. Okay, now if you have realized by now, this may not be written in your textbook, but if you realize by now, these trees are also in the tropical region, so they actually have the same adaptation. Okay, they also have broad leaves, they also have waxy surface, they also have drip tips. Okay, so this is how you compare. Okay, so the question is to compare. Compare means you must give me at least one similarity. Okay, and you must give me at least one difference. Okay, and the remaining marks, as many, since there's only 2 marks there, 4 minus 2, so you must give me 2 comparisons. Okay, it can be all similarity, it can be all differences, it can be both, it is fine. Okay, so when we compare, please do not do this. This is what some of you did. Okay, some of you, what you did was, rainforests have all these things, while mangrove forests have all these things. Hello, that's not a comparison, you're just describing the adaptation. Okay, compare, it's like you're telling me compare person A with person B. Person A, you tell me how the face look like, the hair looks like. Person B, this is how the face look like, how the hair looks like. We are not comparing. Okay, when we compare, we do item by item. Okay, so leaf with leaf. Okay, so what's similar? Let's look at the leaf. What's similar? They all have broad leaves. Okay, Alright, but even if, okay, so assuming you didn't have this in your textbook, okay, fine, let's start with what's similar. The roots are similar, they support the tree. Okay, so both forests have roots that support the tree. Okay, difference, well, maybe buttress roots is to absorb nutrients from the surface, but mangrove roots is to absorb oxygen directly from the air. Okay, so buttress roots in tropical rainforest are meant to support the tree. Are shallow to absorb the nutrients at the surface. Okay, then how do we show it's a difference? Well, you can use conjunctions like but. Okay, but roots in mangrove forest, aerial roots maybe. Come out to the surface to absorb oxygen directly. Okay, some of you said mangrove forest trees leaves are able to secrete salt, but rainforest leaves are unable to do so. You can do that also. But okay, then maybe you want to talk about, after you say both are drifties, both are broad or whatever, I'll leave it to you. Okay, now you realize that I did not give the reason why the adaptation is like this, which is what some of you did. Why? Because the question only asked me to compare. They did not ask me to explain or account for it. Okay, so please make sure you read the question. Now if you write more, we won't minus marks. It's just that you waste time. Okay, but please focus on the question and then you compare the items by items. Okay.